Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. I've just popped off the train and it looks like it's going to be a spectacular spring day. Even though there's a bit of cloud there in the east, I'm sure it's going to blow away, and be an awesome Tuesday. As I swing around, I can see the jacaranda trees are in full blossom with that hue of lavender, which is just absolutely magical. Anyway, I'm on my way to work, so I've stopped off here at Circular Quay, and I always say to myself, where else in the world can you get off a train and be in a public space with this sort of view? It's just brilliant. So what we'll do today is we'll go through a book summary entitled Legendary Service by an author who has stood the test of time. His name is Ken Blanchard, an author of many books, but I remember reading one of his first books well over 30 years ago when I was working at IBM. That was entitled The 1 Minute Manager. Not sure if anybody else has read that book, but it was one of those entry-level management books that people used to read back in the day to just prep people and get people learning the tricks of the trade to become better managers of themselves and, of course, better managers of other people. So the first formal point which comes from this book is where the author says, and he rightly says, that feedback is the breakfast of champions. And I guess over the years we've had positive, we've had negative feedback, which has been good and bad. But all of that feedback, if welcomed, can basically shape our experience, shape our view of the world, and shape our performance. The author then goes on to say, and I think it's important that we all realise and understand, that the whole purpose of business, the whole purpose of running an enterprise is to make a profit, and the business's survival depends on its ability to consistently outperform competition and produce cash flows to maintain and build operations. Businesses, just like people, need to continue to grow in order to maintain their status quo and to survive. There are different types of businesses with different business models, according to the author. Some achieve cost leadership, where they offer customers the cheapest alternative, whereas other businesses go for quality and differentiate their products and services and try to achieve a premium price. But whatever we do, whoever we are, we all need to understand one thing. We need to have a compelling point of difference in order to set us apart and to give us a chance of survival. But over the years, businesses have morphed, have changed, have redesigned themselves. But the biggest opportunity for each and every one of us in order to grow and develop and to be the best we possibly can is to try and achieve the highest level of customer service, and to basically delight our clients, delight our customers, delight our anybody who we come into contact with. To be people pleasers at the end of the day, and it's not a shame to be a people pleaser, because what you're doing through pleasing clients and customers is that you're doing your job. Because through customer service, through quality customer service, the customer feels valued. They want to come back, they become loyal. And most importantly, according to Ken Blanchard, is that they become an advocate. They become a loyal advocate of your business and an advertising channel. So customer service is all about caring. It's about the whole care factor, caring about your employees, caring about clients, and caring about stakeholders. So you need to have a care factor. Now, you hear a lot of people these days saying, well, I don't really care. Well, in business that doesn't cut it, because the minute you don't care, the minute you start telling people you don't care, the minute your employees realize that you don't care, the time that your clients understand that you don't care, is the moment that you've lost the plot and you've lost every opportunity going forward. So the next point that the author makes is that the key to customer service is the happiness level of your employees, because that in itself directly impacts the happiness and satisfaction level of your customers. And it will end up dictating the success, the continued success of your enterprise. Legendary service, according to this author, starts from within and starts from the top. The bottom line, believe it or not, is that we need to learn to be nice to each other. And that comes through hiring the right people who embed and who live this sort of characteristic. But we can also train our staff and people in terms of customer service and help them understand that they have a responsibility and a duty to provide service to customers and to their fellow employees. So from a business's perspective, they need to provide outstanding care to your staff first. Because if you take care of your staff, the lesson is that your staff and employees will take care of your clients. When I was at IBM, I learnt from a very young age that IBM talked about a thing called a hygiene factor, a staff hygiene factor. And they said that if you help your staff get over their issues and problems, if you minimise their distractions, if you provided a health cover that covered everything and enabled them to not have to worry about the health of themselves or the health of their families, if you provided training, if you provided all the tools that they needed to do a great job, then they would be more focused on providing better service to their clients and doing a better job. And as we said, if the customer is happy, if their employee is happy, then they're going to be advocates of your business. They're going to be loyal. They're going to want to promote your business and service to their friends and family. Ken Blanchard talks about the open door policy, and this is one of the things that I really enjoyed at IBM. You could always walk into anybody's office and have a chat to them about any problem. It was about open communication, because all of this has an indirect impact on the clients, and it's all about sharing and spreading a level of positivity, and to try and weed out the cynics and the negativity in your business, because they can be a bad apple that can spoil the rest of your team. The second formal point that Ken Blanchard comes up with is that we need to be empathetic. We need to put ourselves in our client's shoes and work hard to meet their needs, because it's all about the customer experience. We need to understand the client's needs. We need to listen and deliver. We need to anticipate and delight our customers. And as they used to say at IBM, whatever your customer asks for, just say yes and get it done. Because it's all these little things, when added together, that make the great company, that make the great or the leader in the market. So it's all about anticipation. It's all about delighting. It's all about winning the heart and mind of your client. It was very, very big in the 80s when I worked for IBM about winning the heart and mind share of your client. And the last point to come out of this book is that we need to be responsive and attentive to our clients, to our customers, to our family members, because it all feeds in together. Customer service should be a way of life, should be the way we treat our families, our friends, our work peers. It all should blend together and should align with our values and our actions. So I'll just pop on this train here, so just give us a second. I'll just head across. As I said, I'm off to work. It's Tuesday, I've got a busy day. So as the author says, it's all about listening and acting, and we need to centre our businesses and everything we do around the client and get them to share their opinions. Now, I've been married 36 years, but it's important to get feedback. It doesn't matter how hard and how bad the feedback may be sometimes. We need to have open communication with everybody in our lives because, as we said before, feedback is the breakfast of champions. So we need to be able to tap into our customers, understand their feelings, seek their opinions. And I remember at IBM, the executives there used to bring in clients all the time just to talk about customer service and their experiences and what they're looking for. And once you understand from a client's perspective what works for them, then it makes your life a little bit easier because you know what to focus on, and you know what matters most. So the bottom line, as Ken says, is that everybody's job with a corporation is to meet and exceed expectations. But in order to meet and exceed expectations, first you need to know and anticipate what those expectations are. And the most important final point from this book is to understand that one bad experience can ruin all the good ones. So we need to remember our clients' preferences. We need to ask people what their preferences are, and that includes family members, work peers, you name it. Whoever you touch in your life, ask them. Try and understand what their preferences are, and by knowing them better, you're better able to not only deliver on those preferences, but to shape them and to exceed them. So thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Jim's 5am Club on this Tuesday morning. The book we've just reviewed is Legendary Service by Ken Blanchard, and I hope there's a few things there that we can all take away. And I look forward to coming to you again from a different location with a different message of empowerment, where we can be partners in each other's growth and development, where we can live, learn and pass it on, and we can just simply add new lessons to our inventory of skills every day. Because as we've said time and time again, the art of learning is simply adding the unknown to the known. So the more we know, the more we're capable of knowing. The more we learn, the more we're capable of learning, and the more we do, the more we're capable of doing. So thank you, and I look forward to chatting to you again, and have a very good day. Yasos, bye for now from Jim, from Jim's 5am Club.